Now, throughout this, obviously, the city's most vulnerable have been top of mind, those living in long-term care homes, but also the homeless population. To this point, more than 600 cases are in the city's shelter system, and that's why a lot of people are moving to massive encampments like this one downtown.
I don't have somewhere safe to be, you know? That's my main concern. And neither do these people, you know?
For 4 months, Monica Stansberry has been living in Moss Park with more than 50 other people set up in tents throughout the course of the COVID pandemic.
We're suffering out here, you know?
She says there's no place to go, and homeless advocates claim Toronto's efforts to help those on the street hasn't been enough to keep them out of harm's way.
The city has refused to move people out of congregate living arrangements, and the city's shelters and respites remain packed even 4 months into the pandemic.
The city claims to have moved 3,200 people into different spaces over the last 100 days, while maintaining proper physical distancing at shelters and temporary response sites.
We have interim housing, we have hotels, we have shelter. We have a number of options that we can provide people, and I think that makes it a little bit easier to try to work with somebody.
While attempting to move people into those indoor spaces, encampments continue to be cleared away with heavy equipment.
Those encampments are not the right way to address housing, and it's not the way in which we are addressing housing. But the people have to cooperate with us, including some of the people who will, the minute we take an encampment down, move back there, and they're doing it as much as a political statement as anything else.
Is this just a statement? No, this is not a statement. This is for real.
This month, the city partnered with the United Way to come up with a plan to tackle the homeless issues that have come up over the next 6 to 12 months.
There are not appropriate shelters for people. It's risky sometimes to be in the shelters, and you can't even get into a shelter. So people have to be defended here.
Monica, meanwhile, does her best to get by, not knowing what kind of options are available and afraid of being told to move along.
I think if the city doesn't have a better alternative for people, then they should leave these encampments alone.
Now, while everyone here wonders what happens next, a report on what to do after the pandemic or before a second wave hit is actually due back at City Hall next month.